With over 70 new players on the Sacramento State roster, there are a lot of new faces in the locker room. However, the two faces next to me should be familiar to Hornets fans, as Xavier Williams and Aidan Meek are both here, fifth-year guys. We talked about it last night. Third coach in 5 years. Aidan, I'll go to you first. How has the vibe changed at Sacramento State under Coach Marion?
You know, Coach Marion brings a lot of swagger to the team, and, you know, just having him around gives us a lot of confidence that we maybe lacked a little bit last year just because, you know, all the injuries that were happening. And, you know, him coming in, giving us that confidence really boosts us for this season. And, you know, we're excited to see how we roll this year.
Xavier, what are your thoughts on the vibe that Coach Marion brings?
Yeah, for sure, just kind of to piggyback off what he said, just kind of the whole swagger, the vibe change. You know, you come in the building, it's automatic. You know, motions flying everywhere. You know, coach is screaming, let's go, you know, music playing. Before it's kind of, you know, we walked in the building, not to down, you know, the other program, but we walk in the building, it's kind of, you know, no music, you know, not a lot of energy. Now it's you're running on the field, you're flying in the weight room, you know, just the vibe and all the coaching staff, you know, everyone just brings the same energy, just nonstop. You know, we're getting after it. So,
one of the big things that Coach Marion brought to Sacramento State is, of course, the go-go offense. We talked about it yesterday briefly. I'll go to you first, Xavier. How does it affect you as a defensive player?
Not going to speak too much about his offense, but it's just definitely a challenge. Like, just trying to line up to it and just trying to see what they're doing. It's not an easy offense to study against for sure. So hopefully, you know, when we come up to the season and we start seeing, you know, some little trickery formations, you know, it'll be a lot easier because we're dealing with it right now. So, yeah.
And Aidan, you're an O-lineman. How has that adjustment been for you with that fast tempo offense?
You know, the first week that Coach Marion arrived at Sac, he told us in a team meeting, he was like, you know, we're going to be running about 80 to 90 plays a game just because of how fast the tempo is going to be. So we're going to be the best conditioned team on the field. And I'll say the workouts that we've been doing, I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life. And I don't think we've done anything harder in the last 4 years that I've been here. So I think if we can run the offense the way it's meant to be ran, then I feel like we'll be unstoppable that way.
Aidan, you're talking about being in the best shape of your life. Xavier, this is the first time you've gotten to compete in a full spring ball, the healthiest you've ever been. How does it feel going into 2025 full health?
It feels great. You know, we've tried to monitor, you know, everything I'm doing, and the coaching staff has been really good about it. And just knowing kind of my history with my injuries and stuff, they've scaled back a little bit during practices, or if a lift, you know, feels a certain type of way, they know, all right, let's get you doing something else that is going to do exactly the same thing but take a little bit off of you. So they've been doing a really good job. You know, Coach O'Mary and the strength staff, they've all kind of looked out for me, and even Coach Ed, and, you know, the whole D-line's been watching out for me too, even during lifts, always asking me, are you okay? Like, X, you good? Always, you know, just giving the thumbs up, like, you know, I'm ready to roll.
Aidan, you did not allow a sack last season. You two go against each other every single day in practice. We're going to go hypothetical. Let's say I'm your running back, all right? I sign with the Hornets. I'm your running back. You guys are going against each other. How many yards could I pick up if you're blocking for me?
Against him? You know, I'd say we were about 50-50 in our battles, so it just depends on whether or not I win that rep. But if I win that rep, then you're going for a touchdown for sure.
Oh, my God. I was going to say half a yard.
No.
How many yards do you think I could get before you? If you win the rep, am I, you know, tackle for loss, or do I get half a yard?
I would like to believe, you know, I'd get a TFL, but, you know, like he said, it's usually a 50-50. You know, I believe we're both here for a reason. We're both great players, so, you know, he may win a rep, I may win a reps, but I may, you know, put a little move on him and, you know, get the TFL. That's what I like to believe.
Well, I appreciate your confidence in my running back ability. Guys, yesterday all the players wrote questions. Put them in this fishbowl. Each pick one, please.
This one.
Aidan, I'll go to you first. What is your question that one of your fellow attendees wrote?
Hunting or fishing? I would personally choose hunting because my dad's side of the family is ranchers. And, you know, I would go, when I was in high school, I would go to their ranch and help move hay bales. And then after, we would go look for hogs, but most of the time we didn't find hogs, so we'd just be, like, shooting squirrels. You know, so I'd definitely choose hunting. I am trying to get more into fishing, though. I do like fishing, but I'd say hunting for now. I do enjoy it.
Xavier?
Let's see, it says, what's your favorite away stadium to play in within the Big Sky? For sure, be Montana. I'm sure that's probably, you ask anyone, that'd be their answer. You know, you walk in this building and it's just automatic energy. Fans are right behind you screaming, you know, whatever they are saying behind you, but it's for sure a lot of energy in there. It gets rocking, and you know, we're looking to shut that up real quick. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, gentlemen, thank you both so much for being here, and I wish you both the best of luck this season. Yesterday, Pat Forty spoke to our players. Today, he's speaking to us. The Sports Illustrated writer is with us after this break.